Got me reminiscing back to when days were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
Got me reminiscing back to when times were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
What's up, Lime Nation? Welcome back to the October 2016 edition of your one-stop shop for hip-hop history, the Rap Flashback. We've got your October hip-hop birthday shout-outs and a look back at the BET Awards coming up shortly. But we'll begin today by looking back at MC Lyte's sophomore release, Eyes on This. Released on October 3rd, 1989, Eyes on This featured production from 80s standouts The Audio 2, Grand Puba, King of Chill, and Marley Marl. The album featured 3 singles: Stop, Look, and Listen, which peaked at number 9 on the Hot Rap Singles chart, Cappuccino, one of my favorite from Lyte's catalog, which landed at number 8, and most definitely my favorite off this album, Cha Cha Cha, which landed at number 1. Produced by King of Chill, Cha 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 masterfully samples 1982's smash hit by the Fearless Four, Rockin' It. It's the same loop Jay-Z sampled in his 1997 hit single from In My Lifetime Volume 1, Always Be My Sunshine, which featured Foxy Brown and Babyface. After her classic 1988 debut, Light as a Rock, the pressure was on MC Lyte to prove she was no flash in the pan, especially considering the relative lack of notable female MCs at that time in hip-hop. Powered by her Take No Prisoners delivery, airtight lyricism, solid production, and of course that infectious, discernible voice, Lyte did just that. Eyes on This peaked at number 86 on the Billboard charts, number 6 on the R&B rap charts, and solidified Lyte as a force to be reckoned with for years to come. In no small part due to this album's success, Lyte became a hip-hop icon. Simply put, she was born for this. So to borrow from Lyte herself, in closing, kick this one here for me and my DJ. This month's Flash Forward features the 2016 BET Awards. But before we get to that, I gotta chime in on the ongoing beef between Meek Mill and The Game. In the words of the great Ed Lover, this back and forth has been one big "come on, son." Supposedly, the beef starts sometime this past June when, per Game, Meek implicated him and or his crew in the robbery of Sean Kingston's jewelry. Though all the reports out there, including LAPD documents, refute that claim, Game conveniently goes in on Meek just weeks before his upcoming album, 1992, is supposed to drop. All over another man's jewelry, mind you. Like for real, homie? Then to boot, while they trade what in my opinion are dope diss tracks, Game's 92 Bars and Meek's Ooh remix, along with a fantastic freestyle by Meek on Funk Flex's Hot 97 show, the number of outright childish memes and Instagram posts the two trade all but render the actual music pointless. A damn shame, because again, I thought the diss raps themselves were pretty damn good. As if all that wasn't enough, Meek's Philly brethren, Beanie Siegel, literally had one bar on Meek's Oh remix, to which of course the Game released an entire reply aimed towards Beanie, only for Beanie to then get punched out by members of Meek's entourage for divulging that he helped Meek write the diss track. Really? So you use him for a bar, he gets slaughtered by Game, and then you send your henchmen to rough him up for helping you in battle. Unfucking believable, Meek. Somewhere, I can only imagine, Biggie and Pac are turning over in their graves watching all this from Thug's Mansion. What a fucking joke. That said, either way you slice it, in my humble opinion, Meek wins. Why, you ask? Because Nicki, that's why. I mean, did you see her on Khaled's Do You Mind video? Yep, that's it right there. Say what you will about Meek taking L's all year. At the end of the day, if he's coming home to Miss Minaj, he's victorious in my playbook. Good for you, Meek. Good for you. Speaking of Khaled and Beanie, I found this year's BET Awards to be very entertaining. Among the many highlights, Beanie torching Meek during State Property Cypher, and Michael Bivins and Ronnie DeVoe representing Boston strong in another. Truth be told, all the ciphers were damn good, but my favorite for both lyricism and comic relief was Lil Wayne and Chocolate Dropper, Kevin Hart's rap alias. Lil Wayne ripped it slime, and Chocolate Dropper, with his I Like Mice bar and general hysterics, had me cracking up. It actually inspired me to assume a comedic rap alias myself, Goya Dropper. Look out for my new album, Dab o Sazon, coming soon, and be sure to check for my lead single, Beans and Rice Cakes.
Wait a second. Since when do Puerto Ricans eat rice cakes, Scholar?
Hey, chill, prof. I'm on a diet. Moving right along. BET's Lifetime Achievement Prize, the I Am Hip Hop Award, went to none other than the big boss dog himself, Snoop D-O-double-G. Fittingly introduced by Lyricist of the Year, Best 16 Featured Verse, and Best Live Performer recipient Kendrick Lamar, Snoop was humble, gracious, and insightful in his acceptance speech. He pointed to his successes as a youth football coach and organizer, citing how several of his kids have graduated high school, played D1 football, and even landed in the NFL as the true representations of his legacy, despite his various Grammy snubs. He also showed much love to hip-hop's younger generation, urging them not to feel a way about how many don't understand their style and hate on them for not representing the old school. He notes that many doubters said the same thing about him back in the mid-90s and implored them to keep creating because music unifies and ultimately they'll be the gatekeepers for our music and our culture. I personally, despite my old school 80s and 90s biases and often not immediately identifying with some of today's new artists, have felt this way for a little bit now, so I was very much elated to hear Snoop say it.
I also want to say to all the young rappers that's in the game right now, a lot of people don't understand y'all. Y'all misunderstood. They didn't understand me in the beginning either. So you got to keep pushing, stay who you are, be original, be diverse. Hip-hop was created many years ago, and it's grown, and it's taking people so many places, and you got to understand as a young MC, as a young artist, you got to always be who you are, because at the end of the day, you got to live with who you are. I'm content. I love who I've been through my whole journey. I ain't never been nobody but me, and I'm going to continue to be me. And I say that to all the young MCs that's pushing they push right now, because I'm loving where hip-hop is going. I'm loving how y'all taking it across the world and how y'all uniting people. See, what people don't understand is that music is the universal language of all people. So this is the way for us to come together.
Speaking of the youngins, hip-hop's new generation represented strong with standout sets by Designer, whose high-energy performance of Timmy Turner hit hard, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi, and Isaiah Rashad doing their thing, and DRAM, Lil Yachty, and Day Day killing it with the Broccoli track. This song is a prime example of one that I didn't get at first. It sounded a little silly to me on the radio, but having seen the performance, I can appreciate it in a different way now. In other words, it was beyond me at first, and now I'm beyond impressed with all that fuck shit. That said, my favorite among the youngins was Young M.A.'s Oh! This girl is representing Brooklyn, NY with a visual and lyrical style that reminds me of Dipset, mostly Jim Jones. She's got a cool street swag, and this track is a banger. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Lastly, the show had an appropriately strong Black Lives Matter presence to balance out the hype performances, chocolate droppers hilarities, and Hustler of the Year recipient DJ Khaled's trademark clowning around as host. They don't want him to be a wildly successful damn fool, so naturally he made sure he became a wildly successful damn fool. But back to BLM. T.I.'s performance of We Will Not, with an empowering visual ode to the Black Panthers, was truly fantastic and was well received by the crowd. My favorite moments of the night, however, were the spoken word performances by Big Crit and Lecrae. Both performed passionately and with lyrical dexterity on many of the issues plaguing our nation today, such as police brutality, systemic racism, the prison industrial complex, and of course, the all but certain ills that a Trump presidency would bring. With all due respect to Big Crit, who murked it, we'll close this segment with Lecrae's performance, which was nothing short of fantastic and extremely powerful. Let's take a look.
They telling us, make America great again. I'm like, hold up, when was America great again? Was it when they took us from our native land? Or maybe it was when they took the natives' land. Let me be quiet. Nah, because being silent is pitiful. It's something I never do. After Philando, man, I'm wondering, where was you? They ask for your opinion, all you thinking is revenue. Never do. I pray to God he make you a better you. Now I know, some of us, we don't know who we are. We too content with the gold and the cars. We got low self-esteem, chasing dreams with a goal in our heart. But society done drove us apart. Look at us from selling dope to our own kind, to a dope rhyme. Radio done played it more times, paying more dimes, to some industry exec getting checks from a private prison with the rap money he invests. Now, I know you like, Is this rap, is this gospel? Look, all you need to know is I was blind, now I'm not though. Real recognize real. If they don't love me like Pop, they gon' respect how I'm moving and that I'm never gon' stop. Cause we was taken from Africa, sold and treated like animals, culturally denigrated and separated from families. But somehow we made it this far and stood firm with nappy heads and perms, led for 2 terms.
And to close out our show today, we'd like to wish a happy hip-hop birthday to the following October babies. Founder of Def Jam and brother to Run DMC's Run, the legendary hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons, October 4th. One of the founders of the popular late 80s to early 90s New Jack Swing sound, singer, songwriter, and producer who's worked for and or with the likes of Heavy D, Kumo D, Bobby Brown, Snoop Dogg, Guy, Blackstreet, and the iconic Michael Jackson. Teddy Riley, October 8th. One of the illest to ever do it, and featured earlier in this webisode, the one and only MC Lyte, October 11th. As Kendrick Lamar noted while introducing this next October baby, he even made counting smooth. Y'all know the jam. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. We spoke about him earlier, and now we're wishing a doggy dog birthday shout out to the one and only Snoop Dogg, October 20th. And no October birthday list would be complete without a Halloween baby. So birthday shout-outs are in order to Adam Keith Horowitz, better known as Ad Rock of the legendary Beastie Boys, October 31st. To those just mentioned, along with several others such as Wyclef and Pra from the Fugees, the late great Proof from D12 and his bandmate, the iconic Eminem, super producer Alchemist, and old school legend Busy Bee, as my partner Professor so eloquently puts it, happy motherfucking birthday! And that concludes the flashback this month. Be sure to catch us every month at the YouTube link below, and to keep up with JPL Magazine and all things Lime at jplimeproductions.com, your tried and true source for blogging, music, poetry, sports, podcasting, and entertainment, all with a crunchy hip-hop center. For my partners, Professor and Spaceman, I am Scholar, signing off. Happy Halloween, Lime Nation.